You know, for the 2.5 years I've been playing Miner's Haven, I'm honestly more surprised of the fact that it took this long for something like this to be added. Such as, you know, a big infuser. Which, you know, this is modest size as it is. But then the greatest infuser of all time came out, which changed everything. I like the fact that your hats don't grow, so they just look increasingly great. So, you know, massive diamond mine. Hey, what's up? You're looking pretty small there now. Iron mine, Chan? Looking pretty small as well. You know, we got two really nice huge mines here. And I also like the spontaneous spinning that happens with this, because it's just great. You know, when you're this size, you can hardly control yourself, so you just spin on will. You just go to walk. It's a rave. Here, let's see. Oh man, I stopped moving right at the time. That's a shame. Okay, well, the circus cannon is quite interesting when you're this size because because it does this instead of launching you. Oh, it actually kind of did that time. Here, let's try that again. Wait. Come on. Yeah. Oh. That was beautiful. Okay. This is not the only infuser that's very interesting. We also got the tiny infuser, which is just as good in my opinion. Look how fast your animation is. My wings are going light speed. I can barely move. Yeah, I'm moving right now. Your head is like 18 times the size of your body, which just makes it so much better. Okay, now these are great memes, and I thank Papa for adding them. But this is just a start. Of course, I'm not gonna go any further. That's just it. They're beautiful. So I'm gonna be fast AF now, as I get into further discussions about some other items. We all know rebirthing is easy now, but let's just say, you know, for example, you still, like, say your life 20,000, and, you know, if you don't know any strategies at the point, which you obviously would, then you would know, like, pretty much all the item usage. Yes. So the Ancient Coliseum is pretty bad, actually. So if it's a garbage ore like iron mine, then, you know, it's going to be worth nothing. Or, you know, let's just get iron mine Sean over here. I forget, isn't this like 500? Or it might be a lot more than that. Oh yeah, it's 50k. It's going to be a flat 6 times usually. Oh. Explosion sounds work again? That's interesting. I completely forgot about that. That they just never... Until you hear it again, it's like, oh. That's how it's supposed to sound. So it's a flat rate of 60, or 6 times it seems. Except this time it isn't. See, this thing's confusing. Because it was 6 times at first, and now it's like a lot more. I'm not even going to bother doing the math. However, the upgrades get more controversial, as in you probably don't want to use it as you upgrade the ore value. You'll start seeing a 0 pop up, and it's like, oh, I don't know if I like that. And it's not even like it's a very expensive ore. It's just $1 billion, which, to be honest, if you're above life 5k and using it in a big setup, or like 10k and using it in a big setup, because well, 10k is going to be a very common life pretty soon here. then this is not very good at all. Because, you know, let's say semi-realistically, yours will at least be worth something like this. As long as I don't put them in reverse. And, like, at least a third of your ores are going to be 0. It's like, do you really want that? And this is just quadrillion. This is baby money. This is bab money. Ancient Coliseum needs a bigger cap before it can be even recognized. And the last thing I wanted to talk about in this video was the Igneous Forge and the Aurora Borealis and how much they absolutely suck. And about how much they suck. So we got the Igneous Forge here, and let's just say I've had this running for a while, like about, I want to honestly say like 25 minutes at this point. And assuming, you know, let's go with life 10k again, because even at that life, it's not even going to take that much effort to rebirth 10 or 9 times, which honestly you should make it so that it's more than just one suffix over or whatever it's called, because that's, oh my, that is just bad, because it just kind of ruins the value of any big life. Unless you're like life 100,000, then I guess it's okay. But the rebirth price goes up too much that by the time you're like life billion, trillion, billion, your money's broken money. But I'm getting a little off topic. This is bad, and it wouldn't be used by anyone unless you're like 2, because it basically, if you're using an overkill amount of coal, which, to be honest, if you're trying to run in a pretty big setup with other ores, this would be considered overkill, and it's only 500 times. But it's not like it's not terrible in its own right, but it's not good. And then we got the Aurora Borealis over here, which I would use the normal Northern Lights, but I mean, this could even just be a greater example of how bad this is. I just don't have the normal one either. I haven't gotten another normal one since. This is the strong... No, it isn't, actually. That thing over there is, which I'll get into that later. It takes sparkling coal, which, you know, is not a very good thing, because you have to make a setup for your furnace. I mean, you have to make a setup for this furnace, too, but this one's even on a greater scale. But at least you get more money out of it. It caps at around like 1.25k or something like that times. So, you know, an iron ore will get you like 2.5 thousand. Which is, you know, not terrible, I guess. But then you come over here and then just... Oh, like iron mine? You know, let's just... Okay, so let's just, you know... Oh, what's that? What's that 5k there? So you got 2.5k for the setup, furnace, setup, and like like 500 times over here for the coal setup. 2.5 thousand times 2.5. Now I know this furnace is stupidly overpowered right now, but that's just I'm just poking fun at that for a reason. But in reality, dismissing the grand Christmas tree, these two furnaces, included in the normal Northern Lights, need massive buff. I'm not talking little bab buffs like, yeah, I'm gonna increase the multiplier to 3 times instead. Also, I like this. This is a good part. I'll just stay here. No, like, it's seriously, like, it might seem a little crazy, but 1 million times for this, and maybe like 250,000 times for the normal one, that is not a bad. That is not a bad. Because think of, maybe not that much, but like 100,000 times for the normal Northern Lights, like, seriously, I still probably wouldn't use it. At least not like end game, like S10k plus. Maybe for the early game, but the thing is, you can't get this early game. Like, by the time you get the Aurora Borealis, you'll at least be life 2000. It's still bad then, because There's just like furnaces that you don't need to build or like use 30 minutes worth of your time. Not 30 minutes. But the thing, it takes a while to charge before it gets good. So what I feel like he should do is dramatically increase the cap and just make it so that it gets better faster. Not make it so it takes, you know, like a good 5 minutes for this and like 30 billion years for this to get good. Like this should be like, you know, like at least like 2,000 times or maybe like 10,000 times. Considering you need less for this one, where like this one should be weaker than this one, obviously. But have it like a fraction. Like it should obviously be better than the Grand Christmas Tree. Like no question about it. Because, you know, they're just not good. Now, honestly, let me know what you think. Do you think 100,000 times at least for this would be bad? I still wouldn't use it when it's that price. Because, you know, at the moment when you only need a catalyzed star and a basic furnace to get 9 lives skipped, I don't think this is ever gonna come into question on use. At least until it's like 1 million billion trillion billion times. Like bare minimum 100,000 times for this thing. It's still bad then. So let me know what you think about that. Igneous Forge is okay. No, it isn't. They're trash. So you got more videos coming soon. I'm gonna stop doing weekly uploads because that's just bad. Bad on my standpoint. So I'll catch you all later on a new game, I believe. But I got setup videos coming for this soon, even though they're kind of irrelevant at the moment because you can billion lives with a catalyzed. Bye.